How do you know the law of attraction really works? Well, that's a good question because a lot of people wonder if it does work. A lot of people are frustrated, thinking and wondering if it does work. Other people are hoping it does work. But we want to know for sure that it does work. The law of attraction is a true law of the universe. And I can say that it is, and I'm going to also help you understand how you can demonstrate it to yourself. Because all of this good information that you're getting in my videos is useless unless you can demonstrate it. We do come here as the creator of our reality, but unless we're able to live in that way where we have the things that we want and easily, then it's just information that sounds good but doesn't really help us in our life, so why bother with it, right? So I'm gonna give you a way to demonstrate to yourself that the law of attraction is a real law of the universe, and that you can have it work for you. And so, before I get into that, let me just give you an idea why people are frustrated with the law of attraction, not sure if it works, questioning it, and whatnot. So imagine a 6-year-old hearing about calculus. Right, a math concept, a math study, and saying, "Oh yeah, I would like to learn that." And you would know, and you would say to them, "Okay, the answer to that is yes, you can learn and use it, but you have about 10 years of school to do before you know enough to learn it, and then you're good to go." So you would have no trouble understanding that. Like you would explain that to the child, and that would make total sense to you. Well, this whole thing about energy and having things manifest that we want, it's kind of the same thing. We just didn't get the knowledge. We didn't get the education of how it all works. And now we're coming in. It's like that 6-year-old going to sit in a classroom where calculus is going to be taught. And it wouldn't be meaningless to them. But we're getting these law of attraction techniques and understandings that all of a sudden we think, well, we're going to use words and visualizations, and if there's a full moon or something, and we're going to use the law of attraction to get it to bring us the goodies. And that is a complete and total misunderstanding of how this all works. The creative process shows us what happens where desire is born and how it turns to a physical thing. And the law of attraction is part of that cycle. But there's many other things that are part of that cycle too. And I will tell you that the law of attraction does not hear your visualizations, and it does not hear your words. It hears the emotions that are related to those visualizations and those affirmations. And if you don't believe what you're saying, then you can be sure that the emotion attached to the thought is low vibration. It will be lack, not abundance. Now, if you take a person who does believe in abundance and they say, "I have $1 million," they're going to feel it. It's going to feel present. If they say money flows easily through my life, as it comes in, it goes out, it goes in, and it just keeps flowing, and I got lots of it. And that's been their experience, and so they believe it. And so their beliefs support what they want, and the law of attraction works for them in that way. But if you're a person that has not had that kind of abundance, and you don't really believe it, but you're saying words and visualizing it as though you do, well, the law of attraction doesn't hear your words and your visualization. It hears your emotion that's coming with those words and visualizations. So do you see how that works? The visualization and the affirmations can be fine, but you got to believe what you're saying and what you're imagining. Because if your beliefs don't support it, then the law of attraction is just getting the same old lack vibration, and your life is just the same old cycle of manifestation. So the thing is, if you did believe the things that you want, then you would already have them, and you wouldn't be looking for techniques and trying to figure out how the law of attraction works. You'd be living your life and everything would be flowing. But the fact is, you don't believe that you can have those things that you want, and that came from a long way back, which I covered in my videos, so my video series. And so that's the thing that's got to change, is the belief energy, so that when we say something, we believe it, which causes us to broadcast a positive emotional energy, thought energy, to the law of attraction. And then the law of attraction is essentially saying, oh, that is the frequency of the thing that you want. Let me hook you up with the details so you can receive it. So that's how it works. So that's why that's not why it's not working for you in the way that you want it to work for you, is because of your beliefs and because you're broadcasting a signal to the law of attraction that is not equal to the things that you want. And your words and your visualizations and your standing under a full moon or anything else is not going to change that. You must change the belief energy, and there's a way of doing that, of course, which is my books are about that, and I gave a lot of information in the videos about that as well. So how do we prove to ourselves then that the law of attraction does what we were saying it does, and it connects us with the things it brings to us? It brings to us a path of details of manifestations that cause us to receive the full-blown manifestation of the thing that we want. Well, we got to think like the school child. Even though we're an adult, we got to think grade 1. We're just starting to learn how to think with our mind in a high vibration way so that we're broadcasting that to the law of attraction. So what we want to do is start with easy intentions. So what I mean by easy intentions are things that take no money, they take no time, and no commitment. And really nothing that would require a resource that you're not sure you could have access to. So think of a pink balloon, right? So if you get up in the morning and think, geez, I'd like to see a pink balloon. It could be blue, it could be orange, whatever color is special to you and meaningful to you. That's a good color for you to use, because then you have some interest. So as you set that intention, your focus on seeing that, right? Then now you have a visualization that has no resistance. You have no belief that goes against that. So now, as long as you don't look for the balloon in the day, because that will be resistance, and trust that it will show up, just go about your day. Do the things that you do, and I will guarantee you that balloon will show up. If it doesn't, that means you're looking for it or you have introduced some resistance. But it takes a little while just to turn it over to the universe and just go about your day. Forget about it completely, and then it will just surprise you. It'll show up in some way that you weren't expecting, and you'll say, okay, neat. So do that for 30 days. And after 30 days, you're going to say, this is the stuff. So when I have an intention with no resistance, it shows up. Now you can start to graduate, because now you're building some trust, right? You're building some confidence. You're building some knowing. And you combine that with what you learn about the creative process, about how desire is born in terms of physical things. Now you've got knowledge and experience and demonstration. And now you're building confidence. Now you're like, you can go to grade 2, grade 3, and you build more and more confidence as you go along. And eventually, then you cut to the point where it's like, well, a house is the same as a balloon. It's just energy. I can have the balloon and I can have the house. I can have the house the same as I can have the balloon. It will come to me just as easy and effortlessly as the balloon. So you get to that point. But it's very likely you're not at that point now. And if you don't have the things that you want, I can guarantee you are at that point right now. So that's the way you can demonstrate to yourself and get rid of the frustration around the law of attraction, because that's not helping your vibration either. You've got to get away from doubt and into certainty and knowing. So let's start there with getting some good confidence about the law of attraction with these easy intentions. And that will really start to get you on the road. If you combine that with what you find in my books, or maybe you'll find in other books or other places, but you have to understand the creative process, really. That's the knowledge, right? So when you go to school, you read and you get concepts, and then you do exercises to prove that, and then you demonstrate it to yourself, and so on and so forth. So we want both sides. We want to demonstrate it, and we want to understand why it's happening the way it is. And when you have both sides, then you build even more confidence and trust. And then eventually you do get to the point where you can think of things that you want, and you don't think about them to make them manifest. You think about them because you want them, and you're excited that they are on the way to manifesting. That's a completely different perspective. So I'm going to leave it there for now. That should give you an idea why how you can know that the law of attraction really works, and why you may have thinking and doubting of whether it did or not. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for listening in. Enjoy your day, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them on the post.